All right, we're on number 29. A blueprint uses a scale of 1.5 inches to 24 feet. If the actual room has a width of 36 feet and a length of 51 feet, how long is the room in the blueprint? All right, so they give us the scale ratio of 1.5 over 24 feet. We're going to make a proportion where we're trying to find how long the room is in the blueprint. So we know the x is going to be on top of this ratio, and on the bottom is going to be 51. Now we're going to cross multiply. So the 1.5 times 51 is going to give us 76.5 equals 24x. Then we're going to divide both sides by 24. And our x is going to equal 3.1875. When we turn the 0.1875 into a fraction, we're going to have 3 3/16. So our answer is going to be D. Number 30. Set up a proportion and solve for the value of x. Since we have three lines that are parallel, we can go ahead and highlight this middle line right here, and it'll help us set up our proportion. So on the left-hand side of our proportion, it's going to be 2x over 15. We're going to set it equal to the right side of the proportion. That ratio is going to be 10 over 3x. Now let's go ahead and cross multiply, and we're going to end up having, now 2x times 3x is going to be 6x squared equals 150, the 15 times 10. Divide both sides by 6, and your x squared is going to equal 25. Now take the square root of both sides. Don't forget your plus or minus there. And our x is going to equal plus or minus 5. When we go back to the original diagram, we know that our length cannot be negative. So our answer is just going to be x equals 5 for this problem. For number 31, when we solve for x, we first have to find the distance from here to here. So we're going to take the 20, subtract 8 from it. The distance of that green line is going to be 12. Now let's set up our proportion. Again, just like the other problem, I'm going to highlight that parallel line there inside this triangle, and it's going to help me set up my proportion. I'm going to cock my head to the right, and I see I'm going to have x over 7 is going to equal 12 over 8. Let's go ahead and cross multiply. We'll have 8x equals 84. Then we're going to divide both sides by 8. So our x is going to equal 10.5. Number 32. We're going to reflect the figure with given vertices across the x-axis. Now the horizontal black line, that is your x-axis. Now remember what a reflection is. It's a flip. So we're going to flip our A over the x-axis. Now how do you do that? Since our A is 1 unit above the x-axis, we're going to go on the opposite side and go down 1 unit. So we're going to write A prime. We're going to use A prime. That'll show that it's different than the A. The A prime will show this new triangle that we're going to form. With our B, we see it's 1, 2, 3, 4 units up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 units down from the x-axis. Let's put that B prime there. With our C, we see it's 2 units down from the x-axis. So we're going to go the opposite way and count up 2 units up from the x-axis. That is our C prime. We connect our points, and that is going to be our new triangle, A prime, B prime, C prime. For our vertices, A prime is -4, 1. Our B prime is 2, -4. And our C prime is going to be 3, 2. Number 33, we're going to translate the figure with the given vertices along the vector 2, 3. Now you see that this almost looks like an ordered pair, but instead of having your parentheses, we have these like arrow parentheses, if you will. So I want to put an X and a Y underneath the 2 and the 3. Just like the ordered pair, the first number 2 is the X value, and the second number relates to the Y value. Now when we translate this triangle here with the vector 2, 3, what we're going to do is, with that 2 position, we're going to push each point to the right 2 units, and then with our Y, it affects the Y, the 3 affects the Y, we're going to push each point up 3 units. So let's do it on the coordinate plane. So with my A vertice here, I'm going to count over 2 to the right, and then I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's my new point. Again, I'm going to put A prime so it'll distinguish it from the original figure. Then let's take our B here. I'm going to count over 2 to the right, and 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go up 3. So this is my B prime. And with my C, I'm going to go 2 to the right, and up 3, and that's my C prime. I'll connect the vertices here, and there is my new triangle. My translation, remember it's a slide. This got slid in the direction of 2, 3, the vector 2, 3. So our new points here, A prime is going to be 0, 4. Our B prime is 6, 6. And our C prime is 4, 1. Don't forget the commas. Do not forget about your parentheses there. Number 34. Given a point in the coordinate plane, the rule xy maps to it gets translated 2, 3, 2, -3, translates the point in which direction. The 2 again affects the x, and the -3 affects the y. So just like with the other problem that we did in 33, with the x, we're moving each point 2 units. Since it's positive, it's going to be to the right. Now with the -3, that affects the y. So since it's negative, we're going to go down 3 units. So our answer here is going to be D. Number 35. Find the missing angle measures. All right. We see that line P and line M are parallel because we have the arrows there. So we'll need that when we solve for angle 3. But we know that angle 2 is going to be 101 degrees because they're vertical angles. They have the same measure. Angle 1 and the 101 degrees, they form a linear pair, which are supplementary. They're going to add up to 180 degrees. So we're going to take 180, subtract the 101 from it, and we'll have 79 degrees for angle 1. Now angle 3, again we said that line P and line M are parallel. So we know that angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding angles. So that's going to be 79 degrees. We could also said angle 2 and angle 3 are same side interior angles and they're supplementary, and take the 101 degrees, subtract it from 180, and you would get 79 degrees. Now with measure of angle 4, we actually cannot find this because our line J and our line U are not parallel. There's no arrows on it, so they're not parallel. So we cannot find. I'll tell you what, let's put NCD. No can do. We can't find that. So the measure of angle 1 is 79 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is 101 degrees. The measure of angle 3 is 79 degrees. And the measure of angle 4, we can't do that. So we're just going to put a NCD, no can do. Number 36, find the missing angle measures. All right, let's do the easy one first. We see that angle 5 and 50 degrees, that forms a linear pair. They're supplementary. They're going to add up to 180 degrees. So we're going to take 180, subtract 50 from that, and our measure of angle 5 is going to be 130 degrees. Now, let's go to the right of this diagram. We see that this is an isosceles triangle. So we know that the angles opposite these congruent sides are going to be congruent. So this is how we're going to figure it out. We know that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. The sum of the angles is 180 degrees. So we're going to take 180 and subtract 46 from 180, and we're going to get 134. Now, since we have the two base angles being congruent to each other, we're going to divide 134 by 2, and we're going to get 67 degrees. I'm going to erase and put 67 degrees here and 67 degrees here. Again, we took the 134 and divided that by 2. Now to find the measure of angle 3, just like we did with measure of angle 5, angle 1 and angle 3 are a linear pair. They're supplementary. They're going to add up to 180 degrees, the angle measures. So we're going to take 67, subtract that from 180, and the measure of angle 3 is going to be 113 degrees. Now, on the left side of this isosceles triangle, we know that the 67 degrees and the angle 2, those are vertical angles. So measure of angle 2 is going to be 67 degrees. To find the measure of angle 4, we know that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. Angle measures add up to 180 degrees. So take 180 minus your 50, subtract 67 from that as well, and you're going to have 63 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 is 67 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is 67 degrees. The measure of angle 3 is 113 degrees. The measure of angle 4 is 63 degrees. The measure of angle 5 is 130 degrees. And that concludes this section from 29 through 36. Have a great day. Bye.